This is really cool. Super cool. A couple of things. First, today is a record high in New Hampshire, I think. It is 100 degrees. I wasn't expecting, coming back from Southern California, for it to be 30 degrees hotter here, but yeah, so it's too hot. Number two. I finished The Daughters of Madurai. So, actually a banger of a book. This gave a lot of Lahiri vibes just with the family dynamics and the way it was told. I don't love the cover because the cover I feel like does not match the tone of the writing, which is so classy and sophisticated. And personally, I don't know if the cover really conveys that, but I really liked it. There were some parts of the plot that were like, I would have liked to see a little bit more developed. Like, I low-key did not gaff about the 2019 POV, because there's a 1993 POV and a 2019 POV. Didn't really care about the present day. I low-key only wanted to read the past. Near the end, the present day got interesting. So, I don't know. I'd probably give it a 3.75 out of 5. Yeah, bordering on 4. What else? Oh, today I had so many awkward interactions. I don't know what was wrong with me, but oh God. What I was saying was that I was having a lot of awkward interactions today. I couldn't get myself to chill when people would come and talk to me. Nice people, like just staff and other employees who wanted to meet me or whatever it was, and I was just freaking, I couldn't think of anything to say. Oh my God. And that thing happened when like you're both just staring at each other and you're like like holy f, that was so embarrassing. Every 15 minutes it was happening. I think at a certain point I just got in my head and I was like, oh my God, I actually can't interact with people, and it made it 10 times worse. God damn, it was really bad today. And I have bouts of this. I have bouts of incapacity, I guess, but like it was awful today. Also, I just like came into the day really anxious because I didn't really have a plan, I guess, for like what I was doing this week. And yesterday I just kind of like pitching stuff and like making work for myself, which is fine, and that's what I meant to do, but I felt like I was stepping on everyone's toes, or I was being too annoying or intruding. But like, this is what I've been hired for. But I had a good meeting with my supervisor, scheduled out my week, feeling better. Now my week is very busy, but it's okay. Because, like I mentioned last time, I leave and I'm thinking about it, but I don't actually have to do anything about it. Like, I can't stop the fact that I'm going to be like ruminating over every moment of the day and every project that I haven't finished. But like, even the way that I'm talking to the camera right now actually is pissing me off, because this is not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's this like sense of like, I'm being so inauthentic right now, but I'm not. Like, this is just like how I am, and I like am annoying myself, and I know that I feel like I'm annoying other people. I think this is just an insecurity thing. Yes, this is how I'm talking. Maybe I am like a little high strung, you know, like maybe the way that I speak, like I'm up here all the time because I am up here all the time. Like, what am I feeling? What am I feeling? It's actually good. I feel like I haven't talked in a long time to the camera. It's been 2 days. It was the weekend. I'm getting it out. Anyway, I'm going to chill. It's about the only thing on my docket. While I do my fit check, I forgot to mention, today I interviewed someone for a video for the first time. It was my first kind of piece of journalism. My job is pretty much just like distilling news from other journalists into easily digestible social media content, but today I did both the reporting and the distilling. Feeling neat. Anyway, this is what I wore. Heat wave check. heat wave office siren, heat wave corporate, heat wave oh, there was also an all-staff meeting today. Like the entire staff, like everyone, like development, finance, all the reporters, all the freaking president, and I had to be like, hi, I'm Alicia. Hi. I also need to talk about my name in this vlog. This week, at some point, I need to sit down and unpack, okay? I just read the afterword. I feel enlightened, and I think that everyone should read this book. Very educational. I just learned about some grim things. I am obviously of Indian descent, but I am Bengali, and I don't know that much about South Indian culture, and so this was a great read. Recommend highly. Check it out. I started editing this vlog and I was like, I'm gonna make part 1 the heat wave, like me in a weird funky headspace because of the weather. But when it becomes rainy, you know, part 2, I'm gonna be really chill. I'm not feeling chill. Turns out that your emotions aren't actually solely ruled by the weather. In fact, when it gets rainy, I actually get sad. I was really angry and livid on Monday for some reason. I was like very riled up. Now I'm less high energy, but like still just as emotional. I think this is just a weird week for emotions. I'm not gonna try to intellectualize it too much because there's no point when I haven't really gotten to the end of whatever strange feelings I'm feeling, so I can't begin to process them just yet. But I will say it is cool to have a recording of myself in different states throughout the week, because I was editing Monday, Tuesday footage and I was like, that's so funny that those things were super important at that time, because now I'm like, it feels like I've lived lifetimes since Monday and Tuesday. So even though the distinction of like heat waves being super emotional and the rain being super peaceful, like, yeah, that didn't happen, but I can very clearly see 2 distinct versions of myself. That's just cool that I have a recollection of that. I had mentioned on Monday very passionately that I needed to talk about my last name, or about my name in general. On Tuesday was the all staff. I was worried that I was gonna have to say my first and last name because I haven't said my last name out loud at work, and no one has attempted to say my last name out loud at work. I'll start with my first name, Alicia. Not Alicia, Alicia. Ali is what my close hometown friends call me and what I've been called by my family, direct and extended, since birth. So I feel like I identify more with that name, which is why I'm starting to refer to myself more as Ali. I can hear how cringe it is. Because I'm gonna watch this back and I'm gonna be like, I can't post this. I'm like allowed to talk about these things that bother me. I want to know that, like, how I felt at certain points in my life. So like anyway, okay. This one's been causing me a lot of turmoil for like since pretty much the end of high school, because at the beginning of high school, I started telling people that my name was, I don't really know what I did before high school, by the way. I think I was just a less bothered person. But then in high school, I was like, okay, I have to whitewash my last name because I see, or I think that I see, people get the fear of God in their eyes when they have to say my last name. And I don't want to inconvenience them with my Bengali-ness. Right. So I started telling my friends, Saniel. It's like sandal, but with a Y, because I wanted to be, I don't know, I wanted a more European sounding name. Then, you know, my frontal lobe developed and I was like, well, maybe I should start saying my last name in the way that it was meant to be pronounced in Bengali. My last name is Shunnol, but like the way that I would say it in English is Sunyol, and that's fine. That's it. That's all I have to say about my last name. I get so nervous to say my last name. I don't like talking about my last name. Sunyol, Alicia Sunyol, Alicia Sunyol. That's my name. And I need to be comfortable saying it. So I'm gonna start saying it. Alicia Sunyol, Ali Sunyol, whichever you so please. Also, new read, really like it. I'm not ripping through it, but I find myself wanting to pick it up and like not being scared of it being a classic. Like it's very, very approachable. And then I'm watching The Great right now. So good, so funny, so well written, well acted. I'd also recommend that. Oh, jump scare. Gotcha. Okay, have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.